Biden's lies about the border situation, it is getting worse. The border problem facing President Joe Biden is still getting worse, and his pitiful solutions are doing nothing to stop it. Team Joe points to the most recent statistics from Customs and Border Protection as evidence that it is finally in control of the situation because January saw fewer unlawful border crossers than December did. The issue is that January is often the lowest month of the year, because of weather. In actuality, the total number of migrant interactions in January 2023, 156,274, was more than in January of the previous year and the highest in 22 years. All told, there have been more than 150,000 encounters every month for almost 23 months in a row, or 6 million encounters during Biden's whole time. That includes the 1.2 million gotaways, immigrants who were discovered but not detained, as well as any others who may have crossed illegally. The surge is to the breaking point in border towns like El Paso. Even their second-point destinations, like New York City, are suffering. In fact, Gotham has begun transporting them to Canada, which has outraged the Premier of Quebec. The fact that the migrants are traveling from farther and farther away is also worrying. More than 43%, about 67,690, of the 156,274 immigrants in January had origins outside of Mexico and the nations of the Northern Triangle. Russia and China are increasingly contributing in significant numbers. Is Biden truly at fault here? As Todd Bensman documented last week in The Post, Mexico's government essentially planned for a migrant wave to arrive at the border as he assumed office in the hopes that he would falter. He did, in fact, fail the test. Even worse, he hasn't found a means to stop the tide in 2 years, or even shown signs of trying. His biggest such action, enacting new regulations for immigrants from Venezuela, Cuba, Haiti, and Nicaragua, only legalizes many aspiring immigrants from those countries in the future. When Title 42 ultimately expires in a few months, Team Biden hasn't said how it will maintain such limits. In his rambling State of the Union address, he scarcely referenced the situation and mainly used it to criticize Republicans for not passing his comprehensive immigration reform, which would essentially put an end to illegal immigration by making it all legal. As immigrants die, children are trafficked, and deadly fentanyl enters the country unchecked, all Biden and his party have to offer is morality play. Gallup reports that 63% of Americans, the greatest percentage in a decade, are now angry about immigration as a whole. We understand that these refugees desire a better life, which is not a valid reason to claim asylum. Yet, the Biden strategy can't last. No amount of finger-pointing will alter it. That's today's latest news. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment so that this channel can continue to exist. Thank you for listening to the end and I hope it's useful.